And Dr. Abidan Mwachi is joining me now as the National Chairperson, KMPDU. Dr. First, what is your reaction to what the Council of Governors Chairs just said? They're seeking for time to have a dialogue.
I think in Techi's terms, that is what we call copy-paste. This is a common narrative from well-ingrained technocrats, that they remember it from very recent memory. I don't think she means it from her head, because, I mean, that is a thing that she should have said in public.
Yeah. Right?
They have had time. We gave a 7 days strike notice, but the strike notice is actually 7 years old, because it started in 2017 when they're supposed to implement. Yes, I think she just said the right thing that should be said at a podium, just like you have to say sorry in a funeral, but not laugh.
Last time when you had a conversation, last week I believe, what was tabled to you?
At some point we even were persuaded to believe that we had the wrong audience, because there was nothing in related to what the doctors were asking that was tabled. What was tabled was what I would summarize in the interest of time to be a short course on guidance and counseling, because being told to be patient, you know, that's guidance and counseling. We're leaders, we didn't go there to be soothed. We went there with demands that came from our members, and they've had 7 years sitting on their able hands. Now you have to put fire under their feet. So
what is the status right now? Is the strike on or off?
KMPDU never misses its words. It says what it means and means what it says. They still I don't know what they want us to do so that they believe that the strike is on, right? The strike is on as from Wednesday, midnight, 12:01 a.m., plus just 1 second for people to carry their handbags and leave the hospital.
As from Wednesday?
Wednesday, midnight.
Okay. And this is affecting all the hospitals, or are there some that you will give a chance?
Absolutely none. Absolutely none. Because you have a country of bad manners. There's a good meaning citizen went to court 3 years ago, and I mean, strikes in the essential services were they were not declared illegal, but the good judge averred that the MOH should sit down with the unions and come up with minimalistic services that should be undertaken during strike action.
Yeah.
5 years down the line, there's been no such conversation.
Government says that you should give them time to reorganize their budgetary allocations, because it's something that, you know, billions. It's not money that they can get just like that. Why wouldn't KMPDU give government a chance to raise the money, even have it in the budget? Because the next budget cycle is in July.
I'm sure they also not believing themselves, because they never asked for time when they allocated 1.3 billion to renovate Rehema House and some house down here at a cost of 1.3 billion, which is equal to actually building the entire house by itself. Do you know how much it will take to resolve this crisis? Around 1.5 billion to post the interns, around 1.3 billion to sort the basic pay status. I will give you the white elephants that they done while shooting from the hip. Yes.
But now the Council of Governors say that they are the ones who will be mostly affected. Why don't you give them another chance for a conversation then, just like the COG has asked? Have they asked you for a dialogue, by the way?
7 years later, we still give more time. Yeah. Number two, we have not seen any letter from the COG that has asked us for time. The only purported, craftily done message or letter that we received was for the pseudo meeting that happened today, where we went there and there was no agenda on the table. The team from the other side was completely hopeless and clueless, and so there's no such meeting. The only interesting thing there probably were the refreshments, which you didn't take anyway.
Who did you meet today? And what were their proposals?
The team was led by the permanent secretary, as you are aware.
Principal secretary.
The principal secretary. Yeah. And as you are aware, this should for it to be a serious meeting, yeah, it should have encompassed all the decision-making organs from the strike notice that we gave. However, even the content, if you are well-meaning, even the content was another pulpit speech and a short career, which you don't need, of guidance and counseling, how things are tough in the country. We already know that.
So what do you suggest as a solution? Because I believe when you met the PS, she mentioned to you in terms of budgetary allocation, which is exactly what I was mentioning earlier on, that they require a bit of more time to reorganize the budget and all that. But when you say it's guiding and counseling, what was tabled? Any concrete resolution that was tabled to you? Were you given a time frame? Were you told that this is how we are planning to do this? Were you told that this is the possible alternative?
I don't even just ask you for the sake of it. You know, this is a country of comedians. There's no time frame. One of our colleagues was led to some office under the pretext that would be given a matrix. All you go to angalia SMS yangu nilikuwa naongea na treasury CS. You know, things that will just annoy you more. Then we left as an afterthought. A gentleman there then issues us with some court order that declared as CBA as illegal, which is a CBA that was forgotten completely in the annals of history. It's like they don't even know what CBA we're talking about.
Okay. So, Dr. Abidan, as we wind up on this conversation, what does KMPDU suggest as the solutions going forward? Because we know how the budget cycle works. Even though you mentioned that they can reallocate the money, fine, but still it has to be in a budget. So what do you suggest as the possible solution to this?
Post the medical interns and give us a quick time frame on how to pay them immediately. Give the doctors the arrears that they have kept in some funny accounts accumulating interest, I want to believe, from 2017 immediately. Make sure that the postgraduate students, Ministry of Health, writes a commitment letter of paying that fees immediately. Convert all those suffering, what do you call them, contractual doctors to permanent and pensionable, because it's an illegal activity anyway, immediately. And number two, it is not us telling them. 579 days ago, a good judge in Nairobi gave a ruling that they should do those things in 60 days. We have waited 579 days. The only thing that is left is to hold them in contempt, and they should take this with the seriousness that it deserves and stop the jokes. Okay. They should stop the jokes.
So as it stands right now, by Wednesday, the strike is on?
Absolutely, and they should not doubt it. They should not ask it again.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you for making time. Dr. Abidan Mwachi is the National Chairperson, KMPDU. And on that note, we're taking a quick break here on Monday Report. When we come back, we still have a few more stories to run by you and then get into the sporting action, right? See you in a bit.